Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fazio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. I'm Julius.
And I'm Hale, and today's episode is about something Google just dropped 2 days ago, and I want to get into a scenario right off the top.
Let's do it.
You're on a camping trip, 3 miles from the trailhead, no cell signal. Someone in your group takes a bad fall, possible fracture, maybe a head injury, you don't know. You pull out your phone and you ask your AI, what are the signs of a concussion? How do I stabilize a broken limb? Should I move them or wait?
And right now, today, if you have no signal, that AI gives you nothing. The intelligence lives on a server somewhere, and without a connection, you're on your own.
But Google just changed that. Gemma 4, their new open-source AI model family, runs completely on your phone. No internet, no cell signal, no Wi-Fi. The AI is right there, in your pocket, working at full capability, whether you're in a skyscraper or a canyon.
And this isn't a watered-down version. The E2B and E4B edge models are multimodal. They process text, images, audio. They reason through complex problems. They support 140 languages. And they run with near zero latency on the device you already own.
Think about what that actually unlocks. A hiker lost in the backcountry can describe their surroundings and get navigation guidance. A parent dealing with a child's allergic reaction in a dead zone gets real-time triage support. A sailor offshore, a climber on a ridge, a family in a rural area during a blackout. All of them now have access to reasoning intelligence that doesn't require a tower.
We've built our relationship with AI on the assumption of connectivity. And for most of us, most of the time, that's fine. But that assumption breaks exactly when you need help the most. Emergencies don't schedule themselves around good reception.
And it's not just emergencies. Think about your work. How many times have you been on a plane, in a tunnel, at a conference with terrible hotel Wi-Fi, or just in a building with a dead spot, and you needed to think something through, research a question, draft a document, and your AI tools just stopped?
Gemma 4 ends that. Your research doesn't pause because you lost signal. Your workflow doesn't stop at 35,000 feet. You're not dependent on infrastructure you don't control. The intelligence comes with you.
And here's what makes this a genuinely historic shift. For all of human history, access to expertise required proximity. You needed to be near a doctor, a lawyer, a mechanic, a librarian. Then the internet gave us access to information anywhere. Now, Gemma 4 gives us access to reasoning, actual analytical intelligence, anywhere, even nowhere.
Let's talk about what Google actually built here. The model family has 4 sizes: E2B, E4B, 26B, and 31B. The big ones run on workstations and developer hardware. But the edge models, E2B and E4B, were engineered from the ground up specifically for phones, Raspberry Pi, IoT devices. Built in close collaboration with Google's Pixel team and chip makers like Qualcomm and MediaTek.
They activate only the parameters they need during inference, which means they're surgically efficient with RAM and battery. You're not draining your phone running this. And it's fully offline, fully private. Nothing leaves your device, ever.
That privacy piece matters beyond just emergencies. Think about the questions you've avoided asking in AI because you weren't sure who else was reading the answer. Medical symptoms you were embarrassed about. Business ideas you weren't ready to share. Personal situations that felt too sensitive to type into a cloud service.
On-device AI removes that hesitation. The conversation stays on your phone. No server logs it, no company can be subpoenaed for it. No data breach exposes it. You think it helps. and nothing leaves.
Gemma 4 is also fully open source under Apache 2.0. Any developer can download it, modify it, build commercial products on it. No permission required. Since the first Gemma generation launched, there have been over 400 million downloads and more than 100,000 custom variants. A Bulgarian university built the country's first native language model on it. Yale used it to find new cancer therapy pathways.
Cancer therapy, open source, accessible hardware. That's what happens when you democratize intelligence without a paywall.
There's a real tension worth naming here too. When you remove the cloud layer, you also remove the safety infrastructure that cloud providers maintain. Content moderation, usage logging, the ability to intervene. Privacy cuts both ways. The same offline capability that helps a lost hiker also removes oversight from how people use it. That's not a reason to not do this, but it's a conversation worth having.
And watch what this means for industries where data sovereignty is a legal requirement. Healthcare, finance, government, defense. On-device AI isn't just a consumer preference in those spaces, it's a compliance solution. A doctor doing research in a rural clinic, a lawyer reviewing sensitive documents without cloud exposure, a soldier in a communications-denied environment.
Your move. First, download Gemma 4 and try it. It's at ai.google.dev. The E4B model runs on a modern laptop. If you're not technical, look for apps in the next 6 to 12 months that say, works offline, or your data never leaves your device. That's Gemma 4 under the hood.
Second, think about your personal offline scenarios right now. Where do you lose connectivity regularly? What work do you stop doing? What questions do you stop asking? Make that list, because Gemma 4, or something like it, is about to make that list irrelevant.
Third, if you spend time in remote areas, camping, hiking, sailing, anything off-grid, seriously consider what it means to have a medical, navigational, and research assistant that works with zero signal. This isn't a feature. For some situations, it's a lifeline.
And fourth, if you're a developer or entrepreneur, the use case space for offline-first AI applications is almost entirely wide open. First responder tools, rural healthcare apps, aviation and maritime assistance, educational platforms for areas with limited connectivity. The infrastructure is here. The market is waiting.
The best technology disappears into your life. It's just there when you need it. No conditions, no prerequisites, no signal bars required. Gemma 4 is the first serious step toward AI that works like that. And that matters more than any benchmark. Thanks for listening to the Reflect podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
And next time you're out of cell range and your AI still answers you, that's not magic, that's Gemma 4. But honestly, it kind of feels like magic.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.